Good morning, YouTube. Like the title says, day 2 and my first rant. This is Dexy, by the way. This is Dexter, my beautiful boy. Love him to bits. He's usually around me somewhere, and now he's going to lie down. That's fine. Right, as you know, I'm trying to go sugar-free. This is day 2, but on day 1, obviously, I'll give you a bit of background to this rant. So, first of all, obviously, I've discussed this with my husband. I haven't just decided to do it out of the blue. He's been hinting for quite some time about our poor diet and how he would like to change it. And obviously, I've watched documentaries, and I feel, I know I've got issues. So yes, I do need to change my diet. So anyway, that's fine. And part of that process is we've decided to have our evening meal a little bit later. I mean, we used to eat about 5 o'clock, 5:30. We've decided to go an hour later so we don't have as long in the evening to succumb to, munching away on crap, basically. So we start having our meals, excuse me, between 6 and 5:30 or round about then. So, of course, my husband, consequently, he comes home from work about 4:30. So, and we used to, by the way, have a cup of tea and a biscuit, or I had a biscuit. He came home last night, that's fine, and I said to him, right, I was warming up the stew left over from the previous day. I said it won't be ready for an hour because I was doing it in a slow cooker. And he said, oh, that's fine. I'll make some muffins. Muffins. So I looked at him, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'll make some muffins for the guys in work. We'll get rid of some muffin mix, and we'll make some or I'll make some muffins." And I'm like, right, okay. So off he goes. I'm in the TV room trying to not think about what he's doing, and think about muffins. And anyway, he made 2 batches of muffins. 1 batch of orange and sultana, and 1 batch of chocolate chip. Hello, John. That's my husband, by the way. His name's John. I'm trying to cut out sugar here. It's the day one, and he makes muffins. And the smell is wafting through, and I'm thinking, oh my God. You know what baking muffins smell like? I can still smell it here this morning. So he makes the muffins, great, he cleans up, great, and then he puts them in a container and he puts them on the bench, on the kitchen bench. So they're all stacked in this container, all neat, and I look at them and I'm like, what the hell? So anyway, I come out and I get my couple bowls of stew, which is just a cereal bowl size, and I eat that, and then I come out in the evening to clear up, and it takes all my willpower not to eat one of these muffins. I even looked at them when they were on the cooling rack, and you get sort of like where it goes down over the edge of the casing, and you get that little crispy bit on the edge, which is really easy just to pick off and pop in your mouth. That's Dexy moving off. Really easy to pick off and pop in your mouth. I didn't do it. Now, I'm asking myself this morning, was it a test? Was he testing me? Was he seeing if he could actually, weaken me on day 1? Or was he genuinely thinking, oh, I'll just get rid of the mix and, make some muffins for the guys in work? But whatever it was, John, it was it was really, really hard for me not to succumb to having a muffin. And I didn't pick the crispy bit off the edge. But please, John, making muffins, especially with chocolate chip and orange and sultana, it just didn't help. So that's my first rant on day 2. And bless him, I know my husband supports me, and I know he tries really hard. And I think sometimes, like all men, bless them, they just don't engage their brains very often, I'm sorry to any men out there that's watching this, but yeah, it didn't help at all. And another thing, my son came in the evening and spotted the muffins in the container on the bench and went, "Ooh, muffins," and helped himself to two of them. So I'm sat there watching him, like, "Ugh," eating these muffins. And I'm like, "What they like, Joe? Are they nice? Do they taste nice?" And he's giving his full rundown on, what these muffins are like. And it's really, it's really, really hard. So anyway, so that aside, that's that rant. The other thing is, I did quite well yesterday. Obviously, it was day one, it's early days, very early days. I did stick to what I said I was going to eat. The only extra things I had was I had a pear mid-morning, because I was feeling peckish. So I had a pear. And then I did have a yogurt after my, my bit of chicken and cheese and what have you, tomato. And I had a boiled egg as well with that, by the way. And the yogurt, I realised, it says low fat on these yogurts, but when I looked up the ingredient list, low fat usually means high sugar. So that's something you've got to watch out for. Obviously, if they take the fat out of products, which makes it taste nice and helps it slide down easy and makes it yummy, they've got to replace it with something that enhances the flavour. And so that enhancement is sugar. And basically, so it is low fat. They can put low fat on the packaging, but just look at the sugar content. And it was two teaspoons of sugar in this little 100-gram thing of yogurt. So you can say yesterday, out of refined sugar or processed sugar, I had 2 teaspoons on day one. I do intend to finish up those yogurts because, like I say, I'm so mean I can't throw them away. But I have sourced some other yogurts that are much lower in sugar, and they're not low fat. They're just normal yogurt, just plain natural Greek yogurt. So I shall be buying that in future. And the other thing is, I did watch a program last night called Fat versus Sugar, a BBC Horizon documentary with a couple of doctors in it, twins. And they both did different diets. One stuck to a high fat diet and the other one stuck to a high sugar diet. The outcome of that was basically the guy that was on the sugar diet, he did lose a bit of weight, but he only lost 1 kilogram. And the kilogram of weight he lost was mostly fat. The other guy who was on the high fat diet, now he did lose more weight, but it was it was a lot of muscle mass that he lost, and that's not what you want to lose. It's actually the fat in your body that you want to lose. And the upshot of that was basically you do need sugar in your diet. It's what gives you energy. It's what gives you it puts energy into your muscles in order for you to go about your general tasks. So what I read from that is I am going to stay away from refined sugars. So putting sugar on top of foods, in drinks, etc., which I didn't do much anyway. But to stay away from all the processed goods that have sugar in them. For example, cakes, biscuits, muffins, and chocolate, sweets, any kind of processed thing like that. So other sugars, the good sugars for you, are what are in the carbohydrates. Look, I'm no expert, but this is what I've gleaned so far, and this is how I interpret the information. Other sugars, which are in the carbohydrates, so for example, the Wheat Bix I have in the mornings, there is sugar in that, but it comes in the form of carbohydrate, which is okay. It's not been added, it's already in the food, so that's the sort of thing that I don't mind having. But I'm not going to go for yogurts with added sugar. I'm not going to go for sauce mixes with added sugar. I'm not going to go for, chips and crisps and anything like that that's had added sugar. So basically where they pour the sugar in when they manufacture it. So anyway, I hope hope the rant weren't too bad. I did refrain from swearing, but I could have added a few cuss words in there, but I didn't. And I might do as I go along, who knows. But anyway, so thanks for watching. Please like or dislike and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.